I mean, my focus was supposed to be mental health. I did start recording.
Oh, okay, good. Hi.
Oh, hey, hi.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
And then, I'll get on the sidewalk. I'd better be on the sidewalk. We can do a proper hi. But yeah, or hi, how are you?
You just keep walking, and
Sure.
I'll try to just kind of be in the frame, okay?
There, okay. Shucks, I'm in front of it.
I know.
I'm in front of it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I did establish it in 1921, and there were two sanitariums in Fargo. One was just called the Fargo Sanitarium, and another was the Nelson Sanitarium.
Okay.
Okay.
This one here, this is the Fargo Sanitarium, which became at one point Bethany. It's Bethany where Bethany is now.
Oh, this, okay.
Yeah.
This
So,
Fargo Sanitarium.
yeah.
Okay.
In 1942, it was taken over by Bethany.
Oh.
So this stands where Bethany Nursing Home is on University,
Okay.
or around that area.
Sure.
I think it was a little further off of University.
Yes, this is where the Fargo Sanitarium
This is where the
used
Fargo
to be.
Sanitarium used to be.
Right here. Okay. Hi, Heather.
Hi, Joe.
Did I startle you? So you would ask me what was on my mind, right?
Yes, what's on
Or
your
how am I doing? I've been finding out so much about like electroshock therapy, hydrotherapy, insulin shock therapy, or the drugs that people had to be on, and how individuals were basically incarcerated in these, some sanitariums, some asylums,
Yeah.
and so much more. Oh my goodness. That they were basically prisons, to hold these people because people didn't know what to do with these individuals. And yes, I would have received electric shock therapy.
Yeah.
Yes. Autism it was a symptom. It was considered a symptom of schizophrenia.
But you can see the interesting apparatus. They have hot air body apparatus.
A complete medicinal bathroom. Oh, wow.
Yeah, the new curative devices, a temperature of 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Because of the absolute dry air and because of the affected parts are wrapped in absorbent materials, the intense heat can be received by patients and the afflictions driven out together with the aid of their manual treatments.
So I was talking about how I'm not going to be talking to people who have stories
Yes.
about grandparents and parents who had resided in sanitariums and asylums and state hospitals here in the area, because I thought, I do, at least part of me is supposed to think that's really exploitative and that I'm exploiting them and just picking at scabs. And then I brought up horror movies and psychological thrillers.
He's past the others. The last cell. I'll be watching. You'll do fine.
Yeah, let's go this way. Yep, this will take us right there.
Oh, he's a monster. Pure psychopath. So rare to capture one alive.
Yeah, so let's set this film right in this dilapidated or abandoned sort of sanitarium or mental health facility from way back when.
What's in there?
And if you go in though, you're not gonna come out alive, or you're gonna lose your mind or lose your soul.
Hey, I think I got something.
And so is that something that you were talking about, exploitation?
I think that I was saying is, I was like, but if you're to go to people and the purpose is to collect the whole story, not just only focus on the trauma and everything that has come because of that, but to really sit down and be like, tell us the whole story about this. How is mental health being treated? How did this affect your loved one? How did it affect your family? What did you know about it? What did you hear? What do you think about it? It's really about having a larger conversation. That some of the things in the past, that's just what the state of mental health was. They started developing like medications for mental health, I think maybe back in the 30s and 40s, but for different conditions, and then found that it actually can help with some mental health issues. So then they switched them over, but the challenge is there's so much experimentation that was done on people who had mental health conditions. And some people who didn't even fit neatly into that category, but were lumped in with a lot of other people, so there's a lot of experimentation. A lot of the stuff wasn't very specific. Yeah. which is also part of the experimentation. And some of it created permanent damage or long-lasting suffering. So electric shock, yes. People didn't have more information. It's because of all the things that came out of that today, people can have better treatments. There are some cases of depression that do require it, but in today's age, if you go online and learn about it, it's becoming a lot more specific because it was such a new field. There wasn't, I'm assuming, a lot of talk about ethics back then. You know, there just was a lot of experimentation on a lot of people who didn't have strong advocacy or didn't have other people who could take care of them or other ways to help make their condition more manageable. And for that, we grieve.
Oh, yes.
For that, we remember, right? And people with mental health have rights that are defendable by law.
Absolutely.
And Fargo does have a long history from what you're uncovering, not just at the public library, but also at NDSU.
Yeah, at the archives.
Testimonials.
Oh, okay. There's testimonials.
Minneapolis, Minnesota, October 18, 1903. Doctors Kavanaugh and Cox, here I am in Minneapolis again. I am feeling quite well. Just a little headache yesterday and would have been glad to take a treatment had I been in Fargo.
Oh, there's lots of sanitariums down there.
I suppose so to say, we
But
should
Fargo
be in
has
Fargo.
the experts.
Yep. As, testified.
Right.
It's a very interesting way.
Yes. So we just have to park over it because it was around here.
Got it. You know what other question I'm curious about is when these houses ended or they stopped, these sanatoriums, what happened to everybody they were treating? Yeah. I don't know. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Let's say.